What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday, January 28th. I made a couple of videos already, but as I was walking, I was packing up, and I had finished some lives that I did and a video that I put out, that I'm going to put out, whatever the case is. I had my hand on the door, and I just felt this tug, just pulling me back here. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, the topic is why me? Why would anybody watch anything I put out? Or why anybody would watch anything that you put out? So I wanted to come back on here and just be real and just talk. Coming on YouTube is a scary thing. It tests you in all aspects, It tests your strength, your backbone, your spine. It tests if you're able to take negativity, or people not watching what you do, or it makes you face your fears, It makes you come on here and try to reach out to people. I know I've said in other videos, you don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, and you really don't. But we're born for something different. We're born to make an impact in this world somehow. Everybody is born and destined to do things in their life. But what I found is our surroundings, our circle of influence is what binds us. It's what contains us in this doubt. People that attack you, people that either make fun of you or look at your video and they're like, why is this guy talking? Why is this woman talking? Why is this person doing that? That's what stops people from doing things. But once you break through those chains, you'll find, you could do anything in this life. You can do anything within limits. Obviously I'm not going to be no astronaut, you have to go through school for that. I'm not going to be a pilot. So there's some realistic confines to what you can do. But other than that, you can just come on here and just talk. Just be yourself. If you get 2 people watching your video, that's all you need. You don't need 300,000 people or 1 million people. Coming on here, like I said on other videos, is very therapeutic for me. It's allowed me to step away from the negativity that I was confined to. Step away from people that didn't have good intentions. I would do something and then someone will come and say something out of spite, just to hurt, just to knock you down. And I would find myself in my own self-doubt. Like I said, whatever your circle of influence that confines you to them, that's what they do. What I find is a lot of weak people out there will try to make someone else feel bad for where they're lacking, where they're not growing, and that's gonna take time for them to get out of that. If you find joy in attacking somebody else on the daily or whatever the case is, or if they're trying to do better and you come out and say something stupid, that's on them to grow. It's not on you. That's an issue that they got. On TikTok, there's this old lady. She's in Mexico, and they started recording her. She would make tortillas outside of a village in Mexico, and she blew up all over TikTok. Blew up. Everybody was watching these videos, and she was like in this little bitty shed. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. She was throwing tortillas in these rocks and stuff like that, like an old town Mexico. But she blew up. Everybody loved it. They're like, hey, that's my grandma. That's how we used to do it. This and that. And then after a few months, I watched this video where they were talking to her. It's in Spanish, but they asked her. They said, "Did you ever think this was gonna happen?" She was like, she was in, I think, her 80s or almost 90s. She's up there. And they asked her, they said, hey, you know what? Did you think this was going to happen to you? She was like, no, I didn't think this was going to happen to me. Who wants to watch an old lady do tortillas? Who wants to watch me make food. Once again, that's the environment around you that confines you to how you feel. Once you start stepping out and doing something, taking a risk, like this, coming on here, it's a big risk, you know. I put myself out here for anybody to attack or to lift, to inspire. Hopefully to lift and inspire, you know. We all need that, you know, we all need kindness. But you got those jokers that'll come on and say something stupid just to try to knock you down or whatever the case is, or they do it on the fly. Never face to face. I gotta put that out there. Never face to face. But I'm pretty sure someone in her life was like, hey, you know what? I don't think anybody's gonna wanna watch that. Sometimes some people I know personally that are like, nah, nobody's gonna wanna watch that. No, they're not gonna wanna watch that. But then you find you go and put something out there, and then all of a sudden there's devouring it. People are devouring it. There's things out there that I like to watch that in the eyes of someone that's artistic or whatever, it's like, oh my God, dude, that's straight garbage. But I find myself watching it. You know, that's how the pimple popper and the toenail people and all the other people that do those things, they have such a big wide audience. You know, they'll be, it's a shameful plug, but you know, the pimple popper, when she first came out, I was watching that stuff. I was just going boom, boom, and hours would go by. I'm just like, ooh, ooh. And I would show my wife, I'm like, ooh. And, but that's the world, you know? If you don't take a risk and you don't do anything, you don't come on here, you don't try to make any kind of impact in the world, you're never gonna know. And you're gonna take that to the grave. Les Brown has a good quote on it. I can't remember all of it, but it's his dead quote ideas, or dead idea quote, that when he's at the grave and all the ideas that he ever had is surrounded him, and they're like, hey, you know what? We wish you would have put these ideas into action. I'll find the right quote and I'll put it in the comments. I butchered the heck out of it, but you get where I'm coming from. I don't want to leave this planet not doing anything. From a little kid, you know, I was very introverted, but I tried at everything. And when I put my mind to something, I stay laser focused on that until I achieve it. Someone will tell me, no, you know, that's not possible. Yes, it is possible. With God, everything is possible. Everything. There's nothing that's going to hold you back from anything at all. Sorry, I'm seeing these little messages come through my phone. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and lift your spirits. If you doubt that you can have any kind of impact on here, don't do that. Don't have that doubt. Put that aside. Someone needs you. Someone is going to interact with you. Someone's going to listen to you, and they're going to feel your vibe, and you're going to vibe with them, and you're going to lift and inspire somebody. That's my message for today. Don't let your surroundings stop you from being great. Try. If you fail, you're going to fail forward. You're not going to fail backwards. You would fail backwards if you allowed those people to hold you in those confines, you know, in that one little bubble. Step out and do things. This year, like I said, I'm stepping out and taking risks, and hopefully reap the rewards later. But I feel better about myself. I feel that I'm taking myself to a whole new level of where I was, and the brand deals that are coming in and stuff, you know, other little things, the plaque on the wall, the followers, the likes, and all that stuff gives me motivation to keep coming out, keep talking, keep doing what I do, implement more. Even if I make mistakes, especially like this thing earlier, I did a live on this. This was a microphone that they gave to me on my birthday, and I did a live, and I didn't read the instructions. And if you want to watch those are funny as heck. But I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm not gonna drop it. Why hide it? You know, you make mistakes, you grow, you learn, move on, and that's what this channel is about. If you don't think you have something to give to somebody, you do. Use your past experiences. Use your life experiences. If you're above, I'm cracking the door on 50. And if I didn't have photography or videography, I would talk about my life. I would talk about what happened in my life. And I sprinkle that stuff in our videos, but it's gonna touch somebody. It's gonna help somebody. What you see in front of you now is a complete 360 of who I used to be. When my daughters were born, I changed all my old ways. I was rough. I was bad. And it took a good woman like my wife to find the good side of me. And then it was solidified when my daughters were born. And that's what you could do for somebody. You don't have to give them kids or anything like that. I know my story is a little different, but you don't know who you could be touching that day. Your stories can lift up and inspire somebody. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get that off my chest before I go back, because then I would be thinking about it all night. I'd be tossing and turning and be like, man, I should have done that video. If this video was for you, and I don't know who it was for. Maybe it was for me. Who knows? Maybe when I go back to play it, it was for me. But if it was for you and it touched you, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope it helps you. So until tomorrow, deuces.